325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
All right, folks, welcome to the show, Fifth Street Sports on the Sports Byline USA, SB Nation, and, of course, the American Forces Radio Network. By the way, big hello to our men and women in uniform around the world listening on American Forces. I'm Nick Eber. I'm in with Las Vegas Chris today. I'm in for Frank Perez, who's enjoying a well-earned vacation. Having a great time. I think he's at one of the casinos here, hold up. But, he's having fun regardless. Right,
well,
Chris?
I'm doing all the work here, so he better not be.
We got a lot to get to today. It is sort of our, the holiday time, the big sporting events. But it's also a very relaxed time for everybody as we get ready to enjoy that time between Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and what's that one that Seinfeld's had?
Festivus.
Festivus, yes. As we get ready for all of that, it is a wonderful time, but lots of sports to talk about. We're going to talk a little NFL. We're going to talk a little boxing. We're going to got some MMA news and discussions. We're going to talk we got an America's Worst Better alert, I think, coming out a little later in the show. All sorts of good stuff. Love to hear from you. You can find us here at fifthstreetsports.com, but most importantly, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk, or you can find us on YouTube. We are streaming live on YouTube as well. You can find us at youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. So that's what we got on tap for you today. If you have something to say, if you have a thought, comment, 800-878-PLAY, 800-878-PLAY. Chris, I saw Overlord over the weekend. Did you see anything good?
I saw Green Door.
Two totally different films, I might point out.
Yes. You saw the horror flick, right?
The World War II zombie horror flick.
Oh, zombie.
Excellent. Great stuff. Recommended highly.
You're not getting me to that one.
Why not?
No.
Come on, what's the matter? You scared? Scaredy pants.
I'm not into any of these zombie things. I hate them.
It's not so much zombies. It's just a good, funny comic book. Anyway, so quickly, tell me about the green thing. 10 seconds.
Green Door's going to be an Oscar contender. It's definitely going to be nominated, in my opinion. And I bet the Oscars every year, and we do very well. So it's the first movie that I've seen this year that I think will be one of the 8 to 10 nominated movies.
All right. The Green Door.
And by the way, it's a Farrelly Brothers movie, and it's not a comedy. And only one of the Farrelly brothers produced it. So interesting side.
Isn't that a swingers club here in Las Vegas? All right, we're going to get back to it. Fifth Street Sports, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Nick and Cris.
Being a new parent means every high and low you can imagine. But Evos can make it all easier with a baby monitor you can trust. Go to myevos.com, that's MYEVOZ.com, to see how Evos can be the eyes and ears of your nursery. Evos works with your smartphone to provide a live audio and HD video connection to your baby anytime and anywhere. On a date, at work, away on business, even serving your country overseas, Evos helps you never miss a moment. Whether your baby is with a sitter, your partner, a grandparent, or a friend, you'll be right there too. And with unique features like smart alerts that know the difference between a barking dog and your baby crying, extensive sleep tracking data, and state-of-the-art security features for your peace of mind, Evos is the smart baby monitor for connected parents. And enter the code SPORTS at checkout for $20 off. That's myevos.com. MYEVOZ.com.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
All right, folks, we're back here on Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation, American Forces. We're also streaming live on iHeartRadio. Tune in. We're also live video on Facebook Live at facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk and YouTube at youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. I'm Nick Ebert. He's Las Vegas Chris. And wow, before the break, we were talking a little bit about, you said the Green Book, and I think you had a little Freudian slip there. You mentioned the Green Door. Now, that is a swingers club here in
Did I
Las
say
Vegas.
the Green Door?
You did.
Oh, no.
You must be thinking, you must be wondering, Chris, what is behind the Green Door?
I hope my wife's not listening. I've never been there.
Well, I hope she's not behind the Green Door. I mean, let's be honest. That would be embarrassing because everyone listening could, show up now to the Green Door. I did speak to a woman a couple of years ago here in Las Vegas. It was someone I met, and she was laughing, talking about how she was here on vacation and she didn't know anybody. She tried to get a date, and so she knew nothing about Las Vegas, and she meets this guy. He's like, well, they were communicating via text message and talking on the phone, and he said, I'm going to take you to this great place, and let's go to dinner, and then let's go to a club. Let's go to the Green Door. For the first date, she said they had a lovely dinner, great discussion, and then they went to the Green Door. She walked in the door, turned around, and walked right out.
I think I might do the same thing. And I've been to a lot of interesting places around the world, and I don't think it's my bag actually.
No, it's not what you think. I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of quite repulsive people writhing in various levels of undress, of which you probably do not want to see any of it. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Big news from UFC. Tell me about Conor McGregor, Chris.
Conor McGregor has been suspended.
For being an a-hole?
Suspended. He has lost his driver's license for 6 months in his home country of Ireland for speeding 95 miles an hour. Could you imagine if we lost our driver's license traveling 90 miles an hour in this country? We're barely keeping up on the roads here.
Well, I have a story about that. In 2006, I bought a brand new Corvette Z06. Which is like a 200-mile-an-hour, Corvette supercar, right? And I was commuting between L.A. and Las Vegas, and I was an idiot, and I got stopped doing 185 miles an hour on the 15. And the cop pulled me over, and I was convinced I was going to jail. It's about 3:30 in the morning because I would only drive in the middle of the night, so I didn't have to deal with the traffic. And after calling me all sorts of names and telling me I was, dumb, which I really was, after he performed a sobriety test, I was disappointed to hear that it was no alcohol and no drugs. Decided to write my ticket for $99 so he didn't have to haul me to jail because we were out in the middle of the desert, and with a very stern warning that if he saw me doing anything over 55 or 70 on the freeway again, he was going to take me to jail. And ever since then, I've been much more sedate on the roads.
I have you beat. I got 103. And I was going 103. Yeah. And then 4 days later, I was actually going 125. And that guy only wrote me up for 80 for some reason.
Oh, really? So, well, I was stopped at 185 miles an hour, which is fast.
I've been at 135, and that's as fast as I want to go on the road.
Those cars get a little light at that speed. All right, let's get back on it. So Conor McGregor loses his license, but not his license to be an idiot, because he is an idiot. Now, I tell you what, I am really turned off by UFC. UFC for me has become is just one step away from WWF.
I find
WWE.
I'm not wild about watching it myself.
We
do a lot of betting on it, but when I watch it, it's brutal. I'm surprised they don't stop these fights sooner than they do. The last couple of people that I've watched, they're just bloodied and all over the place. I thought there had to be some blood rules,
I don't really care about it. I mean, the thing for me is this. I like boxing. Okay, I am a boxing fan. I've enjoyed boxing all my life. When I was a wee lad, 9, 10, I did boxing. In England, they had boxing at school, so I took boxing at school. I really enjoy the sweet science. I think it's a great sport. It has unfortunately gone through its various cycles of foolishness and really not having any great names to sort of rally around. Of course, we've had great things like the Pacquiao era, of course, and we've had we've gone from the great heavyweights of Mike Tyson to the Klitschko's to no one cares about the heavyweight division anymore. And that's where I'm going, because we got a big heavyweight fight coming up this weekend.
Of which I knew neither of the
segue
participants.
was good, wasn't it? It was pretty good. It's between Tyson Fury, who is English, and Deontay Wilder, who's American. Now, Deontay Wilder is 33 years old. He came into the sport late. I believe he won an Olympic bronze medal in boxing. But there is a scarcity of good American heavyweight fighters. The heavyweight crown has lived in Europe for a long time. Now we've got Tyson Fury, who was the unified heavyweight title holder, who retired, took 3 years off, a really troubled character, named after Mike Tyson, by the way, Tyson Fury. His family is Gypsies, Roma, live in England, and he had, after his big win, he's had also, beating Klitschko, he had all sorts of drug and dependency problems and basically vacated his titles. Came back to fighting. Now he's fighting a supremely fit, big right-hand hitter in Deontay Wilder. I don't see Tyson Fury winning this fight at all. And I say in Los Angeles, and Chris, I believe the bookies are agreeing with me, right?
We did look. It was minus 170. Isn't that what we came up with on that? There's the very best line, but mostly 190, 200.
Yeah. You said you can get between 190 and 200, but 170 would be, kind of, you really scratch the surface and take a look, you're going to get 170 on it. Look, folks, I like Deontay Wilder for this. I think Tyson Fury's a long shot. Tyson Fury came into his last sort of recovery fights after coming back. He's a little flabby. He's not, he's a big man. Don't get me wrong. I think Tyson Fury's 6'7". Deontay Wilder's 6'7", and I think Tyson Fury's taller than he is. So, I mean, he's a big man. But Tyson Fury for me isn't as cut. He's not as fit. He's a big puncher for sure. But and he may in fact be a slightly better boxer than Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder's got that big right hand. He's got a chin. He can take it. He's supremely fit, and I'm agreeing with the bookies on this one. We're saying if you can get minus 170 on Wilder, take it, right?
And you call this a championship fight, and it's not even in Vegas?
Oh, it's in L.A.
The Staples Center?
So at the Staples Center. Well, look, there is a sort of massive shift going on in boxing right now. After 45 years, HBO are getting out of the boxing business. I don't know if you heard this, Chris. Did we talk about this?
I heard about it.
HBO getting out of the boxing business after 45 years. And boxing is moving to the traditional networks that are carrying it free over the air because they want to reach out to a larger audience base. As well as the fact that the big fights are now moving to online streaming pay-per-view, which if you're a boxing fan, in many respects, is better because they're a lot cheaper. It's like $20 for the fight. So, and what's happening is there's some very big online services, one called DAZN, which is now headed by John Skipper, who's the former head of ESPN, that just signed Canelo Alvarez to a $300 million deal.
Well, let's not forget HBO has a very prominent place in the movie Creed. So they still are alive in boxing.
Yeah, no, right. They are because they're focusing in on more of the story of the sport, the documentaries, the history, reaching into their 45 years of boxing archives. but they're not seeing the value anymore in the live game, and I think they see the writing on the wall that they can't compete with the big over-the-air networks if they want to go direct to the consumers with boxing. So that's where we are with HBO. I think it's an interesting move, but certainly for the fight coming up this weekend, I would take Deontay Wilder for that one. Conor McGregor, as you mentioned, has had his driver's license suspended, but not his UFC license, unfortunately.
Correct.
Because I think the guy is an idiot. And, look, we talked about boxing, and big names. I mean, we had obviously Mayweather-Pacquiao was the big, rivalry. And I think boxing had a great disservice done by the fact that the promoters couldn't get them together for a fight in their prime. We had to have that big fight in their sort of post-prime, semi-decline years, although people can argue that Mayweather, has never really been in decline because he's perfect. But the quality of his opponents sort of dropped off substantially. And neither of these two guys really were the same sort of mega personalities that you had with the likes of Mike Tyson or, Sugar Ray Leonard or these sorts of guys that people just loved. I think we've been missing the personalities in boxing, and certainly the likes of the Klitschko brothers who held the heavyweight crowns in Europe for so long were not exactly over-imbued with personality. So Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin will be two of the bigger names, obviously, in that sort of middleweight, welterweight division. Everyone's looking for them, but, we'll see. Big fight this weekend. Check it out. All right, I do believe we have to take a break. Is that right, Andrew? Yeah, let's do that. We'll be right back after this. Fifth Street Sports. I absolutely hate not having.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Do you use the blue pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the blue pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
All right, welcome back to the show, Fifth Street Sports. I'm Nick Ebert in for Frank Perez alongside Las Vegas Cris. By the way, folks, if you're wondering, Oklahoma Brian had something pressing to do today, and Florida Rick is not feeling well, so we certainly hope that he feels better. In the meantime, it is Cris and I holding down the fort here. But Cris, I was surprised you came in because I know you're recovering from just a horrible week.
Oh, we had a really bad week. And this is a good discussion for everybody because everybody, no matter how good you are, is going to go through losing streaks and is going to have bad things happen all at once. And, you know, for me, trying to make my living on this, I'm just like anybody else. If I have a bad week or a bad couple of weeks, you know, I have to recover from it, and I have to have something in place to set the mind straight. So Frank and I were in the final three of the station's Last Man Standing contest. We discussed that at the beginning of the year during our contest show, and we got down to the final three. And if the Jets had scored from the 5-yard line, we would have chopped the $96,000 pot. So compounded by not being able to share that and only getting a moderate hedge.
Did you money for third place though?
No, that's one winner only. We did win it 2 years ago, and we won the win in 2011. But we were able to hedge and get decent money, but not as much as we could have because it's hard to hedge with three people. But we would have chopped it evenly if it was down to the three of us in New England. Yeah, if the Jets could score from the 5-yard line, but they couldn't. So with that in mind,
there's only one thing I've got to say about that. Wankers. Okay.
Yes.
Next. Yes.
So compounding that with just losing in NHL, losing in NBA, losing in NCAA football, and having a mediocre NFL, you know, when Monday morning hits you, it's tough.
Yeah.
And when you have to start off the Monday and get right back into the grind, it's not the easiest thing in the world. And what I recommend to people is you have to be able to clear your mind. And that's what I'd like to know from you, Nick, is when you go on losing streaks, what do you do?
Opioids.
Yep, that would help. That would help.
No. You know what? You just got to keep at it. I mean, really, you know, you just remind yourself that, you know, it balances out, that you have to keep at it, and that you just got to put your nose down to the grindstone and just keep driving forward. And it's tough. It's really, really tough. I mean, no matter if you gamble in any way, shape, or form, it doesn't matter whether you're a blackjack or a video poker guy or a sports bettor, you're going to have winning and losing streaks. And, you know, you just have to remind yourself that if this is what you've chosen to do, that you just have to buckle down and keep at it, and try to make some time for yourself too, and not stress about it. You have to unwind somehow.
Well, that's what I tried to do, and unfortunately, it was the last day of Cyber Monday for Cathay Pacific, so my whole Monday was shot after.
Is that what you were doing on Monday?
Let me tell you about that. But no, generally though, what I like to do is actually just clear my head. And honestly, do something nice for yourself. Even though you're beaten down, find a way to clear your head. Do something nice for yourself. Get out of this sulk mood and leave it behind, because winning and losing is contagious. I firmly believe that, and you just have to find a way to basically wash your hands of it some way, somehow. And the way that I do that is go out for a nice meal, take a day off, things like that. Unfortunately, I chose to try to book my summer vacation, and that was 6 hours on the airline.
Did you get a good deal at the end of it, though?
Oh, what a nightmare. Let me tell everybody, this is a positive EV show, so I'll segue just a little bit. I found out how little the points that we accrue on credit cards are really worth, and how you can really screw it up. The number one thing you don't want to do is tie in your Amazon card to points and pay for products through Amazon, that you spend on Amazon through your credit cards. Don't link that, because they're charging you're losing 25% of value to do that.
Really?
So that's one thing that I learned. And then I found out different credit cards won't transfer to certain airlines. Cathay, unfortunately, diluted my miles by 50% since March, so I had a little temper tantrum about that. But Not a good week, but took yesterday off, and I'm refreshed, feeling all good.
Well, I know coming up in the next segment we're going to have some of your picks. We're going to talk a little NFL as well. We'll do that tomorrow as well, of course, but we do have a big Thursday night matchup coming up between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Both with New Orleans with a terrific record, and Dallas's record I think is not quite as good, but is also pretty good, right?
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, pretty good. So it should be a really good game, or as I would say, match. But you will allow me to do that. So we're going to talk about that in the next segment. But in the meantime, quite frankly, there is nothing more exciting to me. You asked me how I like to relax. When I don't want to relax, Chris, when I really want to get the juices flowing, the adrenaline pumping, there's nothing more exciting than watching a little World Chess Championships. And, I understand.
It's over.
That it is over.
I
missed the finale. Be still my beating heart. Tell us, how did it end?
It is over. Well, for the first time in the history, it went all 12 matches without a result. So they had to go into what's called sudden death.
You mean slow death?
It depends on your perspective.
It's slow death.
But you know what? Let me correct you on this because there's a major change.
Yeah.
Okay? The regular matches go an hour and 40 minutes of time that you have to use. The sudden death lowers it to 25 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So it's speed chess. So, anticlimactic, they play 4 games, and Magnus won the first 3. Bing, bang, boom.
Really?
So, another interesting...
So no American with the World Chess crown.
Well, we got to wait 2 more years. So I guess it's an every 2-year thing. But I really found the sudden death interesting that they lower it down to the 25 minutes. And then I found out they have something called blitz chess. And you have 5 minutes total to play that. And I understand Magnus is even better on that. And then they have something called bullet chess.
Well,
you have 1 minute.
Oh, I thought it was when you shoot yourself because it's so boring. No.
I'm not sure I could move the pieces in 1 minute.
Yeah. Look, I think that's all great. And the question I have is there live in-game betting?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Knight to rook 5. Oh, quick, let me get that. Oh.
Certainly not in the bullet chess.
Yeah. Oh, dear. All right, so the chess championship is over. Exciting stuff. Speaking of in-game betting, what do you think of the state of a lot of these sports betting apps around here? I mean, some of them are really crap, Chris.
Let me tell you something that happened to me yesterday. I bet on one of the apps, they gave me a $300 limit on a basketball game.
A $300?
$300 limit.
Whoa.
Then I'm looking at the line service. They move it. My $300 bet caused them to move the line 1.5 points. 1 point and a half. This is really? Las Vegas, the betting capital of the world. And my $300 bet.
Was that the station?
No, it wasn't stations, actually. You know what? I can't throw anybody under the bus officially that I have an account with because if I
don't do that. You can tell me in the commercial.
But that one was not stations. But
look, the issue with these apps is they're obviously geographically restricted. You have to be here in the state in order to bet. You can't take your even if you use a VPN. I don't think VPNs work with these apps either outside of the state.
There's tricks. There's tricks. It's
because I know they also try to geolocate you with cell towers as well. They try to do a triangulation. So look, it's going to take a while until states can opt into sports betting pools, and when they can do that, when you can opt in 5, 6, 7 states into one group, and everyone can bet that on their app within anywhere in those 7 states, that's when we're going to reach critical mass. I don't think there's enough online sports bettors in Nevada really to move the meter.
Well, you'd be surprised at how little action moves it. Unfortunately, we were all.
But that just tells you how few people are on there, right?
They're scared. That's the problem. When the apps first started coming out, we were really excited about it because we knew we had the funding to fund them all. And so we wouldn't have to be racing to all these casinos and stuff. But we didn't realize that the casinos would be using this against us and basically making all our limits really low. Right. And we do their job for them. We move their lines. Instead of going in and betting 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 on something, they're only going to give us 300, 500, maybe a dime. And then we did their work for them. So we're getting back to square one, having to run around to these different casinos and bet them in person so we can get real limits.
Yeah. you have to be there in person. That's really what they want. But a lot of them are doing betting kiosks. Obviously, they've been doing that for a while. William Hill sort of pioneered that here in Las Vegas. But I hear they're putting betting kiosks now into T-Mobile Center, and rumor is the Raiders Stadium's going to be full of them too.
They announced that they were going to put betting kiosks in T-Mobile in about a year, and then they retracted that a little bit. So it's a little ambiguous at this point, but it must be right on the precipice of happening there. And like you mentioned, believe it or not, the Raiders Stadium is already 30% finished. So
it is incredible to see as you drive by.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's going to be a beautiful stadium. It's going to remind me a little bit of the stadium in Atlanta. I was just in Atlanta for the Major League Soccer All-Star game. And speaking of that, what do we got? 30 seconds. I tell you what, when we come back.
If anybody has time, check out the new Oakland A's rendition of the stadium that was proposed. That just came out today.
Nice.
Do a search on that. It looks beautiful.
All right, when we come back, folks, we're going to talk a little NFL. We're going to talk some college basketball, I believe. We're also going to do, we're going to talk college basketball. No?
I hope not.
Okay, well, we won't then. We'll totally talk NFL. Let's talk a little bit about the Major League Soccer Cup, MLS Cup coming up, and some other good stuff. So stay tuned here, Fifth Street Sports. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we sort of stopped paying attention and racked up a lot of debt.
Yeah, it was stressful. He blamed me for my credit card debt, and I blamed him for building that man cave.
It's awesome. Anyway, we stopped blaming each other, did our homework, and read that a smart way to consolidate debt is to get a fixed-rate loan. But getting a loan was brutal.
And a time drain.
So I was in my man cave researching personal loans, and I found Best Egg.
Yep.
They have an A+ rating with the BBB, and Best Egg handles everything online, start to finish.
And Consumer Affairs gave Best Egg 5 stars for their easy online loan app. And we could be approved and funded in as little as 1 business day. I applied online with no impact to my credit score.
She always takes credit for my wins, but long story short, she got an awesome loan, paid off our cards and some bills while lowering our monthly payment. The Best Egg loan was like a total fresh start.
Yeah.
Visit bestegg.com/blue. bestegg.com/blue. Subject to credit approval. Actual rates, fees, and approval times will vary.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
Are you wasting hundreds of dollars each year on contact lenses? Would you like to be able to see clearly again without reading glasses? Make the smart choice with IQ Laser Vision. Their team has performed over 150,000 LASIK and SMILE procedures, and with 11 locations on the West Coast and special out-of-town packages, there is a solution just right for you. See why they have a 5-star rating on Yelp. Check out IQLaserVision.com. That's IQLaserVision.com.
IQ Laser Vision.
Blue Emu! Blue Emu! Down, set, hike!
Not getting the yardage you used to? Try some Blue Emu Continuous Spray or Maximum Arthritis Pain Relief Cream now. Stop throwing Hail Marys at relief. Both are non-greasy, fast-acting, penetrative pain relief that works effectively to get down deep to the source of pain. Safe to use daily. No burning, no stinging, never greasy, and always odor-free. Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink. Available at retailers nationwide.
All right, folks, welcome back to the show, Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation Radio, and big hello to our men and women in uniform listening around the world, courtesy of the American Forces Network. We are so happy to be broadcasting to you, and we're with you each and every weeknight, or weekday, 1 p.m. Pacific, that's 4 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on these very networks, and we do hope that you will make us a regular part of your week here on Fifth Street Sports. Look, folks, we like to give out picks and plays here on the show. You know that. We don't give you all of them, however, because some of them are limited only to the subscribers to our Fifth Street Advantage program. And I recommend highly that if you are a sports bettor or getting into sports betting or thinking about it, that you subscribe to the Fifth Street Advantage. We provide inside sports betting information. We will help you place your bet in the right places. Obviously, we will not guarantee a winner. You know that's impossible, right? But you can go online to fifthstreetsports.com. You can see every historical play that we put out. You can see whether we won it or lost it, or lost it, or lost it, Chris. You like that English? or where it was a win or a loss. And our total's there, and you can download the info. You can cut and carve it. You can see trends. You can do any of that you want. We're not doing any of that for you. You can do all of that yourself because we're not going to misrepresent anything. We're going to give you the absolute, honest-to-goodness facts, and you can make of it as you wish, which is the only way to do it, I think, quite frankly, Chris. But it's up there if you want to go take a look. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the Fifth Street Sports Advantage, which you can find at fifthstreetsports.com. In the meantime, though, Chris, we still have quite a lot to get to today. Big NFL Thursday night game. Some of the better teams in the NFL playing on Thursday. It really should be a really good game in Dallas between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. How do you like that match?
Well, and it's also interesting that the owner came out and shut off his mouth again and basically told his players, you have to treat every single play like it's a play in the Super Bowl. And then you had, the name escapes me, but one of the other key Dallas players basically calling out the Saints a little bit, saying, hey, we're going to really take it to you.
Right.
So one of the worst things you can possibly do is give a team like this extra motivation. You want the Saints to come in, and you want this to be kind of a flat spot for them. But the Saints are in an amazing run. They're 9-0, not only straight up, but 9-0 against the spread. Only the third team ever to do that. And they'll be the first team ever if they can go 10-0. So they have a lot to play for. They've got some writing on the wall to look at from Jerry Jones and the other guy. So 7.5, 7 is the line. I'm not going to be in business laying touchdowns on the road, but I don't see a way that I can take the Dallas Cowboys in this spot. My math has this game much higher actually.
So what do you have? So what's the line on this?
It's 7.5 now. If we see it go below a touchdown, then I'll probably dip my toe in the water with the Saints because this team has a great rushing defense and could stick Elliott and make Zach have to pass the ball. The Saints are just running on all cylinders.
Yeah,
and you don't step in. Remember something with streaks. One of the worst things you can do in gambling is to try to pick when a streak ends. I mean, let's think back to the Oakland A's when they started the season 21 or 22-0. You know, how many people lost so much money betting for that streak to end? You can only lose once betting with a streak. But you can win a hell of a lot if you ride those streaks. You know, I think we were in hockey. We've got Buffalo. The last check had won 9 games in a row, and I noticed 4 games. After they'd won 4, that hey, this is a team to ride. So, but I might dip my toe in the water on New Orleans if they go under 7.
What else do we have in the weekend for NFL?
What do we?
Did I catch you off guard here?
Yeah, a little bit. Key games, Minnesota, New England.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Patriots riding high, though, right now, aren't they?
Patriots riding high. They're still a pipe dream of getting that number 1 seed.
That is a pipe dream.
For the they're only a game out of it, I believe.
I don't know.
And the only way you're going to pass New England going to the Super Bowl is if you get them on the road in the playoffs. So
or cut the brake lines in the team bus.
That's true also, but I don't think we're going to see that. But I'll tell you one thing. I like Minnesota a lot in that game. So we took the +6. Some of the value has gone down on it. It's down to -5. And it wouldn't surprise me if it gets lower, but there's an injury concern with one of the players. Oh, we're down to 4.5 and at least one spot in that game. So I think that's the marquee day game this weekend. And then your marquee night game, obviously, is the Pittsburgh game with the Chargers.
Right.
So, but the Chargers are once again bit by the injury bug. They've got multiple key injuries on defense. They just lost their starting running back. And they're going to have to face Pittsburgh off of a bad loss in Denver where Roethlisberger threw the interception at the goal line.
Pittsburgh are the favorites, though.
Pittsburghs are the favorites at
so
home.
Minus 3.5 plus 1. Well, actually, they're not the favorites.
Pittsburgh's a favorite, and it's
minus 3.5?
No, it's minus a very strong 3 to a 3.5.
Yeah.
And my metrics say the Chargers are the play on this, but that's without taking into account the injury factor. I'm going to probably sit that game out.
Yeah.
But I would lean toward the Chargers. The back door is always going to be open with Rivers. Really hard to lay 3.5 on that game. If you're, that's why I think that they're going to just get the plus 3.5 action, and they'll bring the line down to 3, and then some people will pop on Pittsburgh minus 3 when it gets to 3. It's going to be probably a liability game for the books because they're going to get they're going to have two-way action on that 3. If it lands 3, they're going to be in trouble.
Wow, look at this. The Rams Detroit. It's minus 10 right now.
I don't know how Detroit is going to stop the Rams.
I don't either.
I can't.
Who can stop the Rams right now?
How do you like this, though? The Rams are 1-8 against the spread.
Yeah.
1-8. So the line is coming down to normal. This is one of the first games, well, maybe the last 2 games where the line has been in line with what my spreadsheet said the line should be. We had a nice win on their last game with Kansas City plus 3.5, but it landed 3. But I don't know how the Lions are going to stop that team. I really don't. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think that they'll probably give up some points to the Lions also. I'd kind of look at the over.
What do you got? I got 54.5 over, right?
Yep, 54.5 to 55. It seems like a lot, but it's not going to surprise me to see them put up 42 by themselves.
No, I think that's a little low, don't you think? But what's the overs minus 107? So obviously at least that's what I'm looking at here. Do you have something different?
It's just teetering 54.5, 55. I'm one of the worst people in the world on totals, though. So if I'm telling you right now to go over, you probably should be betting under. So.
Cincinnati's also over at 44. Some other big totals. So that's the biggest total of the weekend, though, is the 55. Well, wait a minute. Looks like
Kansas City, Oakland. 55.5.
Yeah, 55. So that's actually the highest point total of the weekend is Kansas City.
Well, look
Oakland
at that
Raiders.
point spread.
That's because the Raiders suck. I mean,
15.5.
I myself could score 60 points against the Raiders.
15.5.
Wearing only my Euro thong.
Oh God! How can you lay?
Uh-oh. Looks like we got some breaking news, and that can only mean, Las Vegas Chris, that America's worst bettor is in the house.
Is that me?
No.
From last week? No, this is a new week.
Wait a minute. Frank's on vacation. Okay, America's worst bettor is on the loose. Let's see what he has. He says bet game 320, Clemson minus 27.5. Chris, what do you think of this one?
Oh, let's see.
Is he opioiding it?
You know, that's a tough game because it's a popular team, and the problem is that they don't have to win by any style points. It's not like the Oklahoma game. The Oklahoma game, Oklahoma's got to win with style points this week. But getting back to Clemson, they don't have to win. They don't need to risk injuries. It should be an easy win. The Pittsburgh, they're going to stop Pittsburgh's running game, and the Pittsburgh quarterback that really doesn't throw very often is going to be forced to throw. It could get ugly early, but I hate betting games with those point spreads. At least he's not over the 28, but I'd lean toward Pittsburgh just a little bit, but I won't be touching the game.
Right, so we can let America's worst bettor continue to be America's worst bettor. So there you have it, folks. Now, you talk about things with we talk about big games coming up. There is a Major League Soccer, which very few people probably follow or bet, but more are doing so, I suppose. I know, exactly. Right now, we're in the semifinals. It is Portland, Kansas City, and New York Red Bulls against New York Red Bull, against Atlanta United, and Atlanta United are the class of that league right now. I don't see them losing MLS Cup. And Chris, we looked early. The futures on them are what, minus 175?
I think that's what they.
So I mean, that's a. It's funny. That's a number where you got to bet enough to get something out of it that there's always risk that they're going to completely, screw the pooch when they get to the final.
What kind of salaries do those players make?
They make decent. Andrew, do you know what the average salary in MLS is now? It's up in the hundreds of thousands, and the top players are in the millions. I mean, it's not
Okay.
it's not getting anywhere near English Premier League levels or La Liga levels, but it's moving up in the world. It's getting better, and there is some lively betting action on it, believe it or not. But it pales in comparison to, say, betting on the Champions League, which is going on right now. And the only reason we're not talking about it is because I don't want to look at the score for Liverpool, because I'm gonna watch that when we're done here.
Okay, it was 2-1.
It was 2-1 at the half. Yeah, I know. You were going to wreck it for me. You were going to wreck it for me.
Let me look it up right now.
No, don't you dare. Don't.
What? By the way, did Beckham do anything for American soccer?
Geez. Well, he bought a football franchise in Miami, which has taken him about 17 years to get off the ground. He did. He brought a higher profile to the game, and I think he paved the way for people to think they could come out here. I would think that I don't actually think his impact in American soccer was nearly as big as they thought it would be. Would you agree with that, Andrew? In hindsight? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it depends how you look at it. But certainly, it was great to be here in America, and I come here with Posh, and we really like to live in Los Angeles, and now we're in Florida. It's very hot. Shut up, David. All right.
Well, I just wish his wife would have joined the new Spice Girls tour.
She's not on it?
She's not on
She's
it.
not. Oh,
they
no.
announced that it's a reunion, and she's not even going to be on it.
Tell me what you want.
She's a
what
kept
you really,
woman.
really want.
I want.
All right, folks. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Of course, this is Fifth Street Sports. I'm Nick Geber, and I am in for Frank Perez, who is currently visiting his cousin Frank Lopez at Lopez Motors in
Scarface
in Florida,
Yep.
Along with Manny and
Manolo
and Tony. I'm in with Las Vegas Chris today. We're just kind of having a good old-fashioned chin wag today. But we have given you some meaty stuff to go do with it. Of course, avoid America's Worst Better at all costs. Twitter is at Fifth Street Sports. If you'd like to chime in, 800-878-PLAY. Billy Donlan, if you're listening, I know you like to post on our social media. Why don't you give us a call in the studio, 800-878-PLAY, 800-878-PLAY. We're going to go to break. Be right back in 3 minutes. You be sure to rejoin us after this.
Hi, Rick Tittle here. You may know me as the Sports Talk host. I can talk about all sports: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, auto racing, boxing, Olympics, rollerball. But this time I'm here to talk about pain. If you have pain in your knee or your back like I do, then you should know about the Health Alert Hotline. If Medicare is your primary insurance, then you could qualify for a back or knee brace at little or no charge. I have an old injury from my football playing days, and anything that can help take that pain away and make it more manageable, that has my attention. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic Surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Group in Los Angeles, California. dedicated to your health, your life, and your sports. As a weekend warrior, you know about sports injuries and pain. Exercise is an important element in keeping your body's core in good shape to minimize sports injuries. But when you are in pain, there is one product that I recommend to my patients, and that is Blue Goo Gel. Blue Goo consists of a proprietary formula developed specifically for the treatment of inflammation and general muscle aches and strains. I recommend Blue Goo for my patients coping with hip and knee pain before surgery, especially bursitis and tendinitis. Give Blue Goo a try. Call 1-888-330-0123 and you'll receive a 1-week supply of Blue Goo absolutely free. The makers of Blue Goo are even paying the shipping. The number again is 1-888-330-0123. If you want more information on Blue Goo, visit online at www.dothegoo.com.
Now available at select Big 5 stores near you.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
All right, folks, welcome back to the show. Fifth Street Sports, Sports Byline USA, SB Nation, American Forces, also streaming live on iHeartRadio and TuneIn. It is great to be with you. I'm Nick Eber in for Frank Perez alongside Las Vegas Cris. Well, Cris, we talked a little bit about coming off a horrible week, and you asked me, well, Nick, when you're on a losing streak, what do you do to unwind? And I forgot to mention that I like to watch movies. And we were just talking about Scarface. That is a great movie to unwind to.
I've seen it at least 30, 40 times.
At least.
Yeah.
And hence the start.
I can quote half the movie. I know it's 2 hours and 47 minutes long. I know there's, I believe it's 206 F-bombs. I just love it.
Yeah, it is one of the all-time great films. A lot of fun. Any particular movie you like to unwind to?
Well, I don't pick out. I binge watch TV endlessly, but Shawshank's always a go-to. Hoosiers is a go-to.
A really good friend of mine was the guy in Hoosiers.
Even a silly movie like Tin Cup. How about Roadhouse? That's a guilty
Blues
pleasure.
Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, great film. Well, by the way, you know what's fun? If you go to our YouTube page at youtube.com/Fifth Street Sports. Over the summer, we sat down with poker great Doyle Brunson, and he gave us his 100. What was his 100 or 10? Andrew, what was it? 10 or 100?
Oh, he gave us
50 plus of his favorite westerns, culminating in the top 10, and then his all-time favorite western. And if you like Doyle Brunson, certainly he's the godfather of poker these days.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a great piece, and he's interviewed by Nolan Dollar, so good stuff. All right, folks, we'll be back on the air with you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on these very networks here at Fifth Street Sports. We do hope that you will join us tomorrow. Maybe, I know we'll have Oklahoma Brian back on. Just maybe Florida Rick will be feeling better, and we do hope he feels better because he's really not been well, so... Come on, Florida Rick. We need you to get your act together because we all want to pull ourselves out of the streak we're on. Push off the other way.
Yes.
All right, for everyone here at Fifth Street Sports, we hope you have a great day. For me, Nick Eber, and my co-host, Las Vegas Cris, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'd like to thank our producer, Andrew, and, of course, all the good folks in San Francisco running the show. Till tomorrow. Cheers.